Hello, welcome to World Access IT Solution Company. World Access is one of the leading IT solution provider in Kuwait since 2015. We are the Microsoft Gold partner for business solutions, and we have different software solutions in desktop and cloud versions. We have WAP ERP software and WAP restaurant applications. Also, we have hospital management software. In addition, we have other customized software for customer requirement, different applications we are developing for the other requirements. Today we are going to demonstrate our WAP ERP solutions. We can enter the username and password. It is a fully secured software with the username and password. First of all, we can see the dashboard. The dashboard will show the today or maybe for any previous days, week or month, the informations. We have different modules in these applications. First, the general ledger and accounts receivable, accounts payable, inventory management, bank information, HR and payroll, retail point of sale, project management, service management, basic information, administration, and real estate management. WAP ERP is a comprehensive solution for any kind of business applications, mainly retail, general trading and contracting companies, and any other applications, any other business purposes. So first we can go each and every module to see what are the functionalities of our WAP ERP software. So the WAP ERP having a core financial module, we have inventory module and HR and payroll, retail point of sale, and also we have service and real estate management. In the financial module, we have mainly the chart of account. We have in this chart of account, any of the accounting application, this is the core ledger account to manage our accounts. It is very easy to get the informations. Every transactions, it will be affected the GL, general ledger, and there is also a sub-ledger wise transactions. So it will be very easy to manage the system. Here, the chart of account we can define according to the customer requirement. We have mainly account number, account name, and account type. We can also see the balance up to date. If you go to any of the account, we can also see the transactions, the detailed transaction in the account. So it will be easy to understand what is the transaction of each and every account to clear the doubts, or maybe we can see the details in case of any clarifications. If you go to the general, and there will be details of the accounts, and there is dimensions, there is a department, cost center, and purpose. So dimension, when you go to the dimension, any company, there will be a profit center, and also there will be a cost center and location. So any of the account we can divide into different department. Under the department there is a cost center, and each cost center there will be a purpose. So the account can be divided, and we can see the income and expenses will be affected on the cost center wise, and we can get the report based on dimensions. Also, we can see there are many financial reports. There are profit and loss report, trial balance, and trial balance group wise, trial balance details, and balance sheet. Let us go to see the trial balance report. You can see the date from and to. When we generate the report, we will get all the details. It will be easy, like each and every account, what is the opening balance, what is the debit, what is the credit, and what is the closing balance. And also, if you go to the trial balance group wise, same we can see. And if in case of any business unit or cost center, we can see the report trial balance on cost center wise. Also, we can see the trial balance in details. Any of the account, for example, cash on hand, just go to the report, we can see all the transaction from particular date, from date and to date, what is the debit and what is the credit. So we can understand and we can track the details of the account. Then there are general ledger entry for adjustment entries or any kind of transactions. So there are daily transactions. So this will be a GL entry. There is a header and there is a line. We can enter the line details. Here we can create a new entry and there is a voucher, and voucher number will be created automatically. Then there will be account type. We can select the account type. There will be the different type is a ledger, as a customer, vendor or project, fixed asset, bank or employee. If you select the ledger, we can see the ledger account. And if you go to if you select the customer, it will be the customer. So based on the account type, the account number will be there, and you can enter the transaction type, debit and credit, and then. So I will just enter one of the entry here. This is the customer. Then there will be an opposite entry. We have to select the ledger. Then we will select the cash on hand. So then we can see the GL general amount, debit and credit is matched. So then we can validate. Then we can also post the entry. If the user is having a permission, this user can post the entry. Otherwise, the post will not be enabled. Okay. This is the GL entry. And also you can see there are other reports like ledger transaction, daily transaction, payment and receipt journal. Also in this software, we have multi-currency options. We can create exchange rate. And also there are financial period. We can control the transaction of accounts entry, sales, purchase or any transaction. We can control with the financial period. If the period is stopped or closed, so no entry can be posted on this particular period. This will be very powerful and very useful for any financial business applications. We can go to the accounts receivable module. The receivable module means this module will cover the receivable, mainly the customer management, sales order management, quotations and work order. The work order means many companies there is a work order options are there, and based on the work order they can make a quotation, and the quotation can be automatically created into sales order. These are the options available in our system. So let us see the quotation. we can see the quotation. This is the quotation. We will select the quotation type, and there is a payment mode, either cash or KNet, whatever it may be. Then we can create a new quotation. The ID will be created automatically. We can select the customer. Then we can create new items. Then we will enter the quantity, and if there is a price, we can enter the price. The price is less than the cost price because we cannot enter the price. So this is the price, and then we can save this one. Here if you select, if this item having a previous transaction, so the previous transaction details, in case of sales, the previous sales details will be available here, which date of the transaction is done, what is the invoice number, and last our price. It will be very easy to understand the user. Maybe the customer is coming, and this particular customer having previously what was the price of this particular item, they can understand before finalizing the quotation. So this can be approved and created a sales order, and the sales order will be generated automatically. So I will make a approval, and I will create a sales order. The sales order will be created automatically. So one sales order is automatically created. The main advantage is that no need to create the sales order separately. So the sales order number, customer name, and the item is already there. So then if you need a discount here, we have two options: discount percentage or discount amount. If I am giving a discount amount 2KD, automatically the percentage will coming, or we can directly give the percentage as a 2%, the discount amount will be generated. So then you will save the sales order. Then we have the options to confirm. The confirm means once you confirm, the user cannot change any of the quantity or price. Nobody can change it. So it will be completely protected. And once you confirm the sales order, before confirm, we have to select the location, which location this item is moving. So we have to select the location, and then we can confirm the order. Once we confirm the order, we have the options for delivery note, or we can invoice. Some of the company, they are using the delivery note. After the delivery note, they will make the invoice. Some companies, they are doing directly invoicing. So these two options which are available in our system. Also we have the options partial delivery. Maybe we have sales order of a bulk quantity, and we are delivering partially. So in this delivery note, we can enter the partial quantity, and we can invoice partially also. So these options are available in this ERP software. Also we have, at the same time, if you need to check the on-hand quantity, you can select the item and click on the on-hand. So it will be available that how much is the quantity available in the system for each store, because this is S001 is our one of the warehouse, S002 is another warehouse. So first warehouse we have 30 quantity, another warehouse we have 0 quantity. Also we can see the transactions. So what are the purchases and what are the sales in this transaction, and it is the inventory transaction. So this transaction will show the invoice ID and which date and the location from which store the transaction is happened, and what is the cost amount. So it will be available in the system. Once we invoice, it will be coming to the customer transaction, as well as it will be affected with our ledger account. Then we can move to the customer management. In this customer management is very easy to use. Any user can easily see the customers. Suppose we have many customers, we can find the customer by the find option. For example, if you know the customer account, or maybe if you know the customer name, you can just filter, and I can enter the details of any of the keyword. automatically it will be filtered by, for example, index general trading. So it will be coming and filter, and we can see the details. Then we can also remove the filter will be removed. Suppose if you want to see the details of the customer, we can go to the transaction. The transaction will be available because there is no transaction. So let us see another customer having some transaction. Then I select this customer, and if we go to the transaction, so these are the sales order details of this particular customer. And if you go to the sales order, we can see how many sales order is generated against this customer and what are the status. So there is a one sales order and there are return also. So these are the sales order. If you want to see the sales order, click on the view sales order. The sales order can be viewed at the same time. So this is a customer management module, and we have different inquiries and we have different reports. Let us see some reports. There is a sales invoice summary report. So this sales invoice summary will get all the dates and invoice number and also the sales ID, customer, total amount, discount amount, net amount, cash, credit, and how much is the settled. So this will be very easy to see the details of the customer. Also we have a sales summary report, and this sales summary will be, we have different options, sales summary and date-wise summary. For example, if you select the report, and first of all I will choose the sales summary. This is the sales summary by day wise, and then we can see the date summary. This is a day, okay, what is the cash, what is the credit, and the day total, and the payment summary also we have. The payment summary, cash total how much, credit how much total, and the candidate total. So these are the report for sales summary, as well as we have sales profit summary, sales return summary, sales by customer wise, sales invoice transaction, and also we have the customer balance report. Suppose if you choose any of the date, we can see the customer balance report. Also, if you go to the receipt journal, let us see almost all the modules and all the forms are as similar and the same way. This is the receipt journal. When you select this receipt journal, you can go to the line, we can enter the details. I will enter one transaction. This voucher number will be coming automatically. So the receipt will be, the payment will be received from the customer. I will select the customer. We can choose the cash or check. If it is a check, we have to select the bank, which bank we are going to sell. Otherwise, we can, if it is directly to the ledger or like a cash in hand or cash on another account, we can choose the cash or CANET. It will be coming to the ledger account. Suppose if I use the bank, automatically it will be affected to the bank also. So I will enter amount received from amount received. And here there is a settlement options. If you select the settlement, if any of the invoices are pending, so we can select the invoice details, automatically that invoice will be settled and it will be closed automatically. So these are the very good option in the system. So we can, otherwise maybe there is any advance payment, so we have to enter it directly, and you can save this one. So these options are available, and then we can save it and we can close this one. Also, if you want to enter the dimensions like a business unit, if there is a business unit and there is a cost center, you can enter this receipt based on the dimensions. You can select and enter the dimension, and there is a payment note, payment reference. Also we have the options to select first. For example, the customer is giving us a check, we can also add the check in this area. So I will choose one of the picture here. Suppose this is our check. We can also here we can add the check details, and then we can also print the details. There will be different enquiry screen, the quotation enquiry. Suppose if you want to see the quotation, these are quotations. There is approved and created, sales order, and only. So what are the status of the quotations? So we can see in the screen. There is a work order enquiry, and also there is a sales order enquiry also. For example, we can see all the sales order, and if open order, we can see how many open order we have. Also at the same time, how much is a confirmed order. So this enquiry screen will be very helpful. And also at the same time, we have account statement. This account statement will be for each or particular customer. We can select the customer statement. Let us see the customer statement. Of a particular customer. So this is the customer we have. Then there is an opening balance. If there is no zero, is the opening balance, and there will be date, voucher number, invoice, text, debit, credit, and balance, and we can see what is the net balance. So we can directly print and send to the customer. There is a customer aging report, work order list. These are the main areas of customer account receivable. And then another our module is accounts payable. Same like customer receivable, we have the payable. It will be managed, or it will be available vendor management, purchase requisition, purchase order, and we have the different kinds of reports. Let us go to the vendor management. The vendor management is almost the same screen, same like our customer. We can search the customer and search the vendor. Any of the vendor, if you want to see the details, suppose if this vendor having a transaction, if you want to see the transaction, we can go and we can see what is the purchase detail and which day we purchase and what is the amount, whether it is a settled or do the payment, and what is the currency. Each customer we can create, so each vendor we can create a different currency, either it is a local currency or a foreign currency. When you go to the purchase order, we have the options to purchase locally, or we can import the entry. Once you enter, I will create one new purchase order. There is a purchase order number, and we can select the vendor, and we will enter the item. So that will be purchase quantity is 1,000 quantity, and we are saving. So suppose if it is as a foreign customer, this is a USD, and there will be a miscellaneous charge is there. We can add the miscellaneous charge. For example, here I will add a freight charge. This freight charge will be in the same or local charge. So we will select the amount as 100 KD, and then we can save it. We can apply the landed cost. This is called the landed cost. So we can apply the landed cost. The landed cost will be applied. Then we can see the landed cost. It will be available here in the landed cost, and also at the same time we can see the total quantity, what is the landed cost. So the item cost will be calculated based on the material cost plus the landed cost. So it is a very easy, and it will be updated in our inventory master. So then we can purchase order, we can confirm the purchase order, and then we can invoice it also. So this is the purchase order, and then we have the purchase receipt entry, purchase journal, and we have inquiries, and we have reports like account statement, vendor aging report, and purchase analysis, item wise report, purchase invoice transaction, purchase invoice summary report. And we have another module called inventory management. The inventory management is one of the important module in the ERP software, because any company inventory to manage it very accurately, and how we can manage it without any even without discrepancies, we can easily track the items. This is the item master we have. We have item ID, item name, item type, and item group. Here we have item group in this setup, the main item group, and there is a category. Each item can be divided into two, main category and the subcategory. In case of to take the report main group wise or subgroup wise, we can take it very easily. And then we can go to the item master again. There is a general tab. The general tab having a lot of information like item number, item name, Arabic name, and also item type, part number, supplier. Also we have a item group and subgroup. Inventory model also we have. The inventory model means any of the item, the cost is calculating automatically. We have different model group. We have a weighted average. The cost will be calculated based on the weighted average, or we can choose the last cost, or maybe suppose if you go to the inventory model group, we can see the standard options in the setup. There will be weighted average, and there is a last cost also. So these are the setup we can easily control the item. Maybe some of the item is the weighted average, some of the item is maybe last cost, so we can manage very easily. Also we can define the multiple warehouses. So we have two warehouses only. So this we can create as much as warehouse we can. And again we go to the item master. We have a general, and also we have price, the cost price. This is in KD and this is in the origin price. Maybe we are in the foreign purchase, it will be the origin price, and the quantity and the details. Also at the same time, any of the item, if we want to know what is the transaction details, we can go to the transaction, it will be available. What are the history of the item? We are purchasing and we are selling, we are transferring, we are issuing. So any of the item, if you want to see the history, you can go to the item and go to the transaction, the history of the item will be available. So there is no other way, we cannot control the items. So any kind of invalid transactions or any quantity discrepancies, we can easily identify and rectify. And then if we go to the on hand, it will be available what is the quantity available in each store. And there is also another options we have. We can control if negative inventory. Suppose in the model group, if we say we are not allowed to negative inventory, system will not do any of the sales. Suppose if the quantity is 0, then it will not allow for further sales. So it will not allow the negative inventory. Also we have the barcode options. Any of the item need to enter the barcode, we can create the barcode manually, or we have the vendor barcode we can enter and we can print the barcode also. We have the options available, and there is a picture, we can add it. Any of the item we have the picture, we can add it. Also at the same time we can enter the unit of conversions. Also at the same time we have many kind of reports available related to the inventory management, item master report, inventory transaction report, inventory on hand report, inventory on hand as of date, all the reports we have. Also we have transactions like movement, transfer and counting channel. The movement means any of the consumable items, we can enter the movement items and it will be automatically consumed, the cost will be affected. The transfer means, suppose we need to transfer from the one store to another store, any of the product is moved from one location to another location, you can use the transfer. The counting means we can periodically we can count the physical as well as the system, and we can see what are the discrepancies of the item. Maybe there is any discrepancies. Most of the companies, they are doing on monthly or half yearly or yearly the counting, and you can rectify the discrepancies. So let us open one of the item report, on hand inventory report. We can see all item group, and also we can see the location wise. Here is location, and we can choose the condition like all. The report will be generated. This will be item ID, item name, unit, location. This is the physical available and the cost price. So we can, in this report we can see what is the cost amount and what is the total inventory value in our store. This is the subledger value, and this will be matched with our ledger inventory value. Then there is a bank information. This is also a subledger, and the bank account we have. Also there will be a transaction for each and every bank, so it will be easy to understand what are the bank transactions we have done. Anytime we can take the report, and we can also make the reconciliation. Also we have the checkbook options. We can create the checkbook, and each transaction can be linked with the checkbook, so we can easily understand this check is issued to which customer and what are the transaction. This is a transaction for this check. So any way we can track the details. This is one of the main advantage of our system. Then we can go to the HR and payroll. HR and payroll, we have the completed solution for the employee management, and there are employee transactions. The employee management, we can enter the complete details of the employee, employee name, employee title, and details of the employees like department, residency type, residency number, and expiry date, passport number, and even the picture also we can add it, and all information we can enter it. Also we have the option to enter the salary and salary revision as a salary history. We can enter it. Any updations or any of the history of the salary we can see in these options. Also at the same time we can create ministry forms which are available, especially for the Kuwait region, residencies, contract, or any kind of forms we can generate through the system. And we have different transaction. There are payroll transaction. Payroll transaction means we have this transaction including overtime, deductions, any other transactions we can enter. And this employee HR and payroll, we are controlled with a payroll period. Every month we are considered as a payroll period. All the transaction will be linked with the payroll period, and we will process the salary automatically. All the transaction will be pulled and it will be coming in the payroll processing. So the payroll processing for any of the company having any number of employees like 100, 500 or 1000, it will be enough for 1 hour, 2 hour, maybe less than 1 day. We can process the salary. We have the options to employee leave. There is a two type of employee leave, general leave and employee leave. General leave means we have the leave type of any leave like different any particular purpose. Suppose if you go to the leave, you can check the details of the leave. Say employee ID, and then the employee. There is a maternity leave, there is unpaid leave, there is a Hajj leave. So these are the different type of leave for general leave. And other leave means employee leave. This will be annual leave for the employees. So it will be, we can manage very easily there will be a start date and expected return date, actual return date, and paid, unpaid. So there will be a leave management and what are the balance leave available in each of the employee. So based on the balance leave, it will be calculating the amount, and if there are the leave days is more than the balance date, it will be considered as unpaid leave. So there will be a return leave request, and there is a report which are available in the system. Also we have a sick leave and also loan. The main other advantage in this option is employee document. We can create employee document for civil ID, passport. If any of the employees civil ID or passport is expired, we are controlled with different color and alert. If it is going to expire within 3 months, it will be like yellow, and if it is within 2 months, it will be orange, and even expire within 1 month, it will be like a red alert. So we can take the action immediately. And employee balance, employee leave inquiry, all the information which are available in the system. Also we have a retail POS. The point of sale, we have a complete solution. Suppose this the point of sale is using for any retail business like a supermarket or any other retail, it will be controlled by barcode. So it will be an easily we can do the sales. So this will be available in our system. So we can create a new customer, we can daily report, there will be a customer. So any of the barcode we can enter and just we can punch it and easily we can do the transactions. There will be a different type of reports which are available, and we can create a multiple store in this point of sale, and it will be affected, and the transaction will be immediately affected in our ledger. Another option, we have a project. We have a complete project management software. We can create a project. The project, we have the options, the project ID, project name, and the details of the project. Like if you go to the general, we have the all the details of the project, and there will be project contract, project description, and also there is a project status. We can also create item budgeting, employee budgeting. So these are the options which are available in the project, and then we can easily control the project, and we can create the account statement of the project, employee hours and expenses, all informations it will be available in the project module. Again, we can go to the service management. We have service management, any of the services. Some companies, they are doing services, or one of the department, they are doing the services, the machinery or maybe equipments. So this can be available in the system, and these services, they are using two things. One is manpower and then spare parts. So any of the services they can enter in the system. For example, this here we have two options available: vehicle services. This is we are customized for one of the customer, or if you want, we can generalize it to an equipment or machinery, something like AC or any other equipments. So this equipment services, we can use it as how much is a man hour using for these services, and what is the spare parts. Based on the man hour and spare parts, the cost will be calculated, and we can enter in the system, and it will be affected in the GL. And finally, we have the real estate management software. This is a complete real estate management. There is a building master, building owner, tenant. We have a payment receipt, rent process. We have different inquiries and reports. The building master, any of the real estate, there will be a building. Each building is owned by either the same company or maybe it is a rental. So we have two options. It is a category will be owned building or maybe a rental building. And then we can go to the floor. Each building having a different, we can define that this building having a 5 floor or 10 floor, each floor having a different flat. Also we have this building is two type, either it is a commercial flat or commercial building, or maybe there is a residential flat, or the same building can be both commercial plus residential. So then we can define it easily, and then there is a contract. We can define the contract for each floor, each room, and we can easily manage it. Currently, who is handling or who is the tenant of this particular room. So then we can manage it very easily, and if we can see any of the room is vacant, we can find the vacant rooms. There is also how much is the rent receivable we have, what are the rent which are available. We can also process the rent for every month. Automatically it will be updated, and once the payment is received, it will be also affected in the system. So these are the main module. Also at the same time, we have a very good administration module. We can create users, and there is a user privileges, user roles. So this completely controlled by user roles and user permissions. This ERP software, every module we can control. Suppose a user need only one or two module, or in the same module they need only one or two options, or maybe we need to control to avoid seeing the reports, or we can control by editing, deleting or viewing. So these are the main roles we have. System administrator, there are different role we have, and each role we have different permissions. We have different permissions. So this permission can be controlled, and then the user can easily control with the module as well as each and every options within the module, and this will be very helpful to make any kind of to avoid the mistakes and make the system more accurate and perfect. So we have this is our this is systems, and in currently we have more than 100 and plus customers in Kuwait, as well as we have India and other countries. So these are the desktop versions, and we have a cloud version also. So overall, this is our software for the complete business solution for any type of business. Thank you for watching this video, and any clarifications or any doubts, we can directly contact, and our consultant will be approached and we will discuss. I am Tom Sebastian, Senior Business Consultant, World Access IT Solution Company. Thank you very much.